business, if you're a business coach, a health coach, a fitness coach, and you're working on a webinar, I want to just share a few things with you on some things to just make sure or kind of see, and if you're already implementing in your business before you start working on your webinar. There's just a few things that I have come across from people who are doing webinars and some things that get missed. And so I want to just talk to you a little bit about having these things in your business for your live launches. So yeah, let me know if you are here. Just comment below, give me a hi, give me a wave. Definitely like and share if it resonates for you. My name is Nicole. I am, I work with a lot of coaches, consultants, just people in the service based industry. I work with them to create their online marketing strategies, to up level their business and build their business without stress and overwhelm of technology and systems and processes hold them back ever again, and keeping them stuck in this constant cycle of not knowing what to do. And I do this with a 90-day framework that I've created just from working with different people in the industry and seeing where things are being missed and how we can, bridge the gaps and pull things all together. So I work with people one-on-one with a done for you or a done with you consultation and implementation method. So the first thing that I want to talk to you about, oh, and also, if you do stay for the end of the live, I want to share also with you, there's a checklist that I've been working on to really upgrade it for the people that are doing webinar launches. And if you want to do your own launch on your own, there's a few things that have to go in place so that you can have a successful launch. And with this 90-day process, I have just created this checklist for you to have. So it lets you know month by month which pieces that you want to do with technology, due dates and things for your sales pages, everything that you actually would need to launch at the end of the 90-day period. So the first thing I want to talk to you about is having your offer in place. So your offer is like the most important thing, right? Because this is what you are selling. So knowing what your offer is definitely something you want to know. You want to have it outlined. So with your offer, you want to know what exactly you're selling and who you're selling it to. So have your target audience in place and then know exactly your outline of offers. So if it's going to be a membership program, if you're doing Q&As weekly, if you're doing meetings bi-weekly, however, you'll deliver it. And then there's one thing that I've really has been very helpful is just looking at what other people are offering, and not to just completely copy it, but to just to get inspiration from it. Because if there's other people that you admire, that you've seen, and you want to you're building your offer, just get inspiration by some things that they have put in place with their own offers. And I found that that's super helpful to build out your offer for the audience. The second thing is to have your email list. And with your email list, a lot of things that I see is that people want to build their email list first. And when you build your email list first, and you don't have your offer outlined, your people that are coming onto your email list they're not there particularly for that offer. So then when it comes time for you to get that offer out, you have a list of people that that are really not ready for your offer, because that's not what they came to you for. So you want to definitely create your offer first, build your email list second, so that the people that you're bringing onto your email list are the people that resonate with your offer. The third thing is to create content. So having a consistent calendar of content for these 90 days, for your strategy is definitely going to be helpful. And I know one thing for me, I've had issues with is getting visible. So like doing video, video is like definitely the biggest thing here that's going to help you connect with your audience. But video has been a struggle for me at the beginning. Now it's getting a little more comfortable for me. You know, I can definitely talk to people live, and I can also, you know, if no one's here, then I can talk to myself and just have this digital footprint for people to look at later. But definitely have some type of consistent content strategy throughout the entire launch process so that, you know, you're consistently engaging with the people that are going to connect with your offer. And you know, you have that content that is that's building up towards your actual launch to get people ready for. And yeah, just definitely staying consistent with it throughout the entire process. Sometimes it does get hard, you know, especially if you don't feel like, you know, a lot of people are resonating with you, but just keep going, keep at it. And it's easier said than done. I definitely know, and I realize that. But yeah, just keep at it, keep posting. And when you do post, find one social media platform when you're first starting out. If you are first starting out, just use one, whether it's Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram, because later on you can build on that. But you don't want to get overwhelmed by trying to figure out all the different social media platforms that there are out there to use, and how to really connect with the different audiences on those platforms. So starting off with one is going to be more powerful than you trying to be everywhere at one time. The fourth thing is your systems. So a lot of hangups that I realize a lot of people get, you know, really bogged down with is the technology. And technology can be a beast, but and if you don't have like for me, I have a really systematic and strategic brain that I can figure things out, and I like to figure things out. So when it comes to technology, it's really easy for me to, you know, get in, learn about the system, figure out how it works, and figure out how I can make it connect with my process. But for those of us who, you know, the technology isn't really like our main thing, I like to just say stay in your zone. If technology is not, you know, if it's your hang up, don't push yourself, don't force yourself to learn it. Find someone who is good at it and let them do their thing, you know, because if you are so stuck in trying to figure out the technology and figure out you know, how this works for your business or what it's for, then you're spending more time than you need to on something that's outside of your creative zone. And it's going to hold you back more than it is, or than it would if someone else, you know, if you had a team or found someone that would really be really good in that area to do it for you, or to at least help you through the process. So if you don't want to completely hire someone to do it for you, find someone that can help you and you know, teach you, like a done with you type of thing instead of completely done for you. Let me see. The other thing is a few softwares to actually make sure that you have would be your you know, like a landing page software, your social media platform that we talked about, and your webinar platform and your email system. So those are really important things. So if you don't use your website, then you'll want to use a landing page builder. A lot of times it's okay to use your website, but then when it gets into like analytics and really tracking where people are coming from, and when you get further into doing Facebook ads, you want to be able to track how many people are coming in, who's opting in. And one of the systems that I really like, I really love using Lead Pages. I love ClickFunnels for the landing page builders. And then for emails, I like to use ConvertKit over MailChimp. I know a lot of people like to start off using MailChimp because it is, you know, the free system, but free isn't always the best. You know, you want to have a system that is actually doing the work for you, and you're not spending so much time actually trying to get the system to work for you, which is how I feel about MailChimp. So ConvertKit is really a great software. It helps you to build out email sequences and to send those one-off emails. But, you know, when you're doing your launch and you're getting people to come into your world and come into, opting into your email list for your webinar, for your free training, you want to be able to have an email sequence that pushes off automatically at any point that they join in. So ConvertKit has been really good for that. And a lot of my clients actually use ConvertKit. A lot of times they come to me starting off with MailChimp, and the pros using ConvertKit are better than the cons of you having to actually pay for the system, because we're in business, so there's going to be things that you have to pay for. But when you're getting started and you're first starting out, a lot of times we bootstrap it, and MailChimp becomes like the first thing that we look to using. And then people, once they actually start building their list, then they move over to ConvertKit. But my recommendation is to start off with a good email system so that you don't have to worry about taking all of your subscribers from one place and trying to move all the tags and the emails and losing emails also, over time, because now you're moving to a different system. So get a great system before you even start building a list, and it'll work so much better for you. Let me see. So then lastly, I want to talk about webinars. So when you host your webinar, there's a few things that go into place. And this list here is not like an all-in-one list. There are like so many other things that come into place when it comes to launching. So these 5 things are just kind of like the tip of the iceberg. It's not everything, but these are some really good points that you can definitely use and think about if you haven't already, to your advantage to host your free webinar. So when you do your webinar, usually it's about a 1 hour type of training. You usually don't want to go too far over the hour and a half mark, but usually an hour is pretty good. And then the way that you structure these webinars is, there's a lot to do. You want to definitely create your outline of what your presentation for your training will be. And usually how that works is, in the beginning there's an introduction, in the middle there's the body, or the meats and potatoes of your webinar. This is where you actually have all of your content. And then at the end of the webinar, you can, this is where you put out your offer. But the thing that I've seen a lot is when people go to talk about the content of the webinar. And sometimes, you don't want your people to come in feeling like they've wasted their time, because they feel like, I'm I've opted into this, I've sat here all this time, and then I'm getting a lot of fluff. So you don't want people to feel like, they just wasted their time and you just fluff them around the entire webinar. You actually want to provide like good content when you're doing your webinar. Talk about the what's, talk about the why it's important for them to have, talk about how they can make the transformation. Give all of that, because when you hey Kamaya, how are you? Because when you fluff people around in a webinar, people sense that right away. They'll sense it right away, and then it doesn't resonate, and it's just not a good thing. So definitely, when you're doing the webinars, provide good content. Make sure you structure it really, really well. Practice it. Definitely practice it. If you've never done it before, and choose a good webinar system. So a lot of us are using Zoom right now. So most people know about Zoom, but there are other systems out there, when you're doing webinars, and depending on how many people you have entered in for your webinar, there's plenty of different systems. So there's one that I actually really want to try out, and it's called Demio. And Demio is, I've never used it before, but I've been in webinars where others have used it, and the layout and the interface is really beautiful. So there's one that I want to try out, and so I'm just waiting on the right person to try it out with. So I really hope that this content was really good for you, if you are launching, if you're thinking about launching, if you want to include this process into your business at some point. It's definitely something that you can, just little tips that you can use for your next launch. And then also, as I promised, I want to provide you guys with the overall 90-day launch checklist that I do have. So if you do want that, I will post the link, but only if you give me a check mark in the comments. So give me a check mark if that's something that you want, and I will make sure that you get it. Hope this all was really great. It's been really fun, and I will see you guys next week. Bye.